Good morning from Vilnius, Lithuania. If I seem a little sleepy, it's because I haven't had my first coffee yet. We just got here last night. We took the bus from Riga. Need to figure out where I've been lately. We took the bus, such a comfy bus. It's the same one that we took from Tallinn to Riga and then from Riga last night to here, Vilnius, where I am now. And we checked into our Airbnb. I love it here. It's super cozy. So we're having a slower than normal start to the day because we kind of don't want to leave. It's so nice in here. And it's a little bit gray outside. And our host left us yellow tulips, which I thought was really sweet and bringing a little bit of sunshine to kind of a gray day. But the best part is actually above my head. It's a tall ceiling and they have this net with lots of pillows where you can just crawl out and lie like you're on a catamaran or something. I'll leave my precious coffee because I have to show you this. I don't know if it's advisable to go on a ladder before coffee.
Probably not.
But look up here. It's so cool. You can see it behind me. I mean, how cool is that? I think that's a first. I don't think we've ever had a net like this.
No.
An Airbnb before. So super cool. I will link this place. And I also have an Airbnb discount code if you want to check that out and save some moolah. There's also, I mean, it's super cozy up here, but there's also a bed. So if you wanted to, this could be where you sleep. We've actually been, well, so far, last night, we slept in the main bedroom, which is great as well, but I don't know, maybe we'll have to switch it up.
We might.
And sleep up here because it's really fun. It kind of feels like you're in a tiny home or something. At least that's how I feel. The only problem now is that I'm up here and my coffee is downstairs, so I have to figure that one out.
True.
Anyway, so we're gonna get caffeinated and then head out and explore more of Vilnius. So we ventured out into the old town in Vilnius. Mark is in front of the camera now. He's here too.
Hello. And
we're in this huge square, and right behind us, this is the Vilnius Cathedral. And it's the reason why sometimes you'll hear Vilnius called the Athens of the North or Little Athens. And I think when you get a better view at the cathedral, you'll definitely understand why that is. But it's a huge open public space and just feels like a really great place to get started walking around the old town. We've walked down to one end of this big square. It's very windy today. And if you look behind me, there's this huge statue. And normally when you see statues like this, it's, you know, the guy on top of his horse going, woo! This is the first time I've seen someone sort of teetering on the edge. And I heard a local make a joke here that they feel like he's about to jump off the cliff.
We were walking around and we came across the Frank Zappa Memorial, which I think is super cool because as a kid, my dad would play Frank Zappa records and I always loved it because it was sort of really out there, psychedelic, proggy weirdness I'd never heard before, and that just always stuck with me. So just really cool to be walking by and seeing the Frank Zappa Memorial.
I'm pretty sure right now the street that we're walking down is one of the oldest streets in Vilnius.
It certainly seems like it.
It's an old city. It's cobblestone and the lights are starting to come on. It gets dark really early here. It just kind of feels like dusk most of the day.
Winter, I'm telling you.
It's here. You might already know that I'm a huge book lover, so of course we had to come and see Literature Street. It's kind of like an open air gallery, and to have a place here, all of these numbers refer to different authors who have mentioned Lithuania in their books. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be a favorable kind of mention. So I didn't realize this until recently, but Hannibal Lecter is Lithuanian in the book. I've never read it or seen the movie, I'm too scared. But so the author of that book has a place on this wall, even though maybe Lithuanians aren't so happy that Hannibal Lecter is from Lithuania. And so they've collaborated with different local artists. And so if you walk all along this street, any time of day, you can see some of the the different things that they've worked on. And so there's this Frank Zappa one I love.
Oh, I love that.
With the little mustache and the little hairy chin. And I think this is maybe my favorite. And this is supposed to do with critics keeping their mouths shut. A favorite for artists everywhere, probably.
So that one doesn't also refer to Hannibal Lecter.
I don't know where that one is actually. But it's really cool to see. I feel like it just means that this city loves books.
Yeah.
So it makes me love this city more.
I know I haven't seen a ton yet, but what do you think of the old town?
No, we haven't, but just walking around here, it feels huge. Like the old town doesn't feel like the oldest one that we've seen, if that makes sense, but I've heard that this old town is the biggest in all the Baltic countries, so it's living up to that name for sure.
Totally is.
Because it just seems to go on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
We're just on our way to get something to eat, but we're
Yay.
approaching this really beautiful
hungry.
gate called the Gate of Dawn.
Gate of Dawn.
Gate of Dawn.
And it's quite a holy place. It's known as a site of miracles. It's really special. And so at this lit window, sometimes they do a service, and this whole long street is just full of people. So we get to pass right through it now. I've only got the market, but I think it might be closed.
I hope it's not.
Nice building.
It looks so cool.
It's since 1906.
I see a human inside.
Okay, it's partially open.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, this is the market, and we've heard it's a really good place to come for. I'm so cold, my tongue cannot form syllables. Sorry. I'm freezing.
Warm up.
We've heard it's a really good place to come for breakfast and lunch, and of course just to pick up bits and bobs like baked treats and things like that. And we always love to come look around the market.
Oh yeah. Sweet produce photo shoot happening in front of us. The crazy things you see at the market. I mean, you just never know what you're gonna find at the market.
Cool.
We've heard there's lots of really cool street art in this area, and this building over there is no exception. That's awesome.
We've stopped into a place called Schneckitis. The V, there's like a little S with a V. I think it's Schneckitis, which I love saying. And we're starving and cold, so we have both ordered some soup. Mark got a classic pea soup,
Oh,
one
yeah.
of your favorites.
Love it.
And I got pickled cucumber soup, which I've never had before, but I really am happy to be in a part of the world where they appreciate pickles as much as I do. So when I saw it on the menu, I had to get it. And this dark rye bread is very popular in Lithuania, so it's on the side. So I'm gonna have my pickled soup now.
Yum yum.
There's nothing like having a bowl of hot soup when it's cold out. So nice.
We filled up our bellies, and now we're gonna fill up our minds.
Ooh, I like what you did there.
Thank you.
We're at Mo. This is the Contemporary Art Museum here in Vilnius, and it only opened in 2018, so it's pretty new. So we are gonna head upstairs and check out the exhibition. This is really interesting. It's all about Lithuania in the 90s. Of course, when they regained their independence, it was a time of huge change, and some people feel nostalgic about it, other people would maybe rather forget it, but that's what this exhibition is all about. And we're standing in front of shelves and shelves of VHS tapes, which is nostalgic for me because I remember being younger and still going to the video store to rent a movie. And if you remember this, leave me a comment, because now I feel like you just sit in front of Netflix and argue about what to get, but then you have to like be on your feed and go to a place and put clothes on and still argue about what you were gonna watch. So I'm feeling very nostalgic standing in front of this. It makes me really happy actually, don't you think?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I miss these days.
Yeah. Until you have to actually deal with your VHS tape again.
That's right.
That's good. You running Windows 95 there, bud?
I don't even know if it's Windows 95. It might be like Windows 92. Windows 86. Oh! So in my earlier days, I worked at a desk just like this, in front of a computer just like this. And it's this pulsing beam. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I attributed that to my vision loss.
Poor eyesight.
Yeah. Just staring at this thing all day long. Now we have nice flat screens and it's way easier on your eyes. Yeah, the good old days.
We've come across something that's made me feel quite emotional actually. This is the uniform behind me, worn by the Lithuanian athletes at the 1992 Barcelona Olympic Games. It was designed by a Japanese designer, Miyake, for free. He did it at no cost. And it was the first time that Lithuanian athletes had participated in the Olympic Games marching under their own flag since World War II. And they have archival footage of those, athletes marching into that stadium and they're waving, they look so happy. And the news says, that this is the first time this has happened in decades after a forced pause, is what it says. And it's just like...
Gotcha.
One of my favorite things about the 90s was Mortal Kombat and video games. So I'm super stoked to see that they have Mortal Kombat here that you can play. So I think I'm Reptile and I'm gonna be playing Scorpion.
Scorpion's your favorite, right?
I like Scorpion. I wish I was Scorpion.
I'm gonna be Sub-Zero actually.
We've left the Mo Museum now and we've come to a place that we were so excited to discover.
This is Iceland Street!
Yay!
If you guys don't know already, Iceland is really special for us because we met in Iceland on a program for people whose families are Icelandic.
Exactly.
So we love Iceland, and the reason that the street is named for Iceland is because Iceland was the first country to recognize Lithuania's regained independence. Woohoo!
Go Iceland!
Another reason to love Iceland.
Exactly.
And this is where we're gonna end the vlog. We've had an amazing day. The first impression of Vilnius is, I love it.
I love it.
I really
freaking love this city.
I really love the vibe here. It feels really livable.
Mm-hmm.
I like the people. The food we tried so far was amazing.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So we're excited to spend more time here, but for today, I hope that you guys have enjoyed walking around with us, seeing Vilnius. Remember to subscribe for lots more travel adventures and give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.